Hey guys, welcome to our channel.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Hey.
This is our very first channel called Just Right Now. I'm Jordan Regina Rizzo.
And I'm naiya, Call it what you want.
We are so thankful that you guys are even watching this right now. We are so excited to go through this journey together. And we just hope to help people out there talk about things that we hope people can connect to and feel relatable with. So yes, thank you in advance.
We've been wanting to do this for a while, so come along this journey with us. We are excited to share our life in the 20s with you. And yeah, we're going to go right into our first filming. You're going to see it right now. And enjoy.
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Cheers! Welcome back to our channel!
This is our first video on our non-existent channel.
And what is it called?
Just Right Now! This year, I turned 23 years old. Very recently, I'm fresh in the 23-year-old gang. I really, associate myself with 22-year-olds, but whatever. And she turned 21, which are both, I think, such prime years, truly, in life. She's 21, like, that's actually crazy.
And I always forget that we're 2 years apart.
1.5!
Whatever it is.
We're talking about our ages because it brings us to today's topic, our first topic, which is being in our early 20s. The things that we've discovered are something that we weren't expecting or told, and so we want to share firsthand experiences, help someone out there.
I feel like there's so many lessons, it's hard to just pick 3. I think the first one is definitely probably you could do anything you put your mind to. I think, yeah, like I said before, there's so many distractions in this world, and we can take everyone's opinions, judgments, and try to make something of it if we want to, but at the end of the day, if you really are passionate about something and you want to move forward with something, it's inevitably possible if you put your mind to it. So that's a big takeaway from...
Are there examples you think about in your life where you're like, oh, this is like one?
Moving to Chicago. That was something I didn't want to do, but in a way, I am so grateful because in those moments when I thought I was breaking and I thought that everything was not going right, I met people like you, and I got a job in this city, and I've never worked away from home, let alone. But yeah, that's definitely it. Moving to Chicago. Onto that, I say getting out of your hometown is such a difficult thing, and everyone tells you that, but you will never actually know what you can do until you get out of your head and actually do it. There's so many things that can take you away from those big moments, but yeah, just holding on to the people that are dearest to you and truly believing in yourself and holding on to the hope you so desperately want to see in the world. I think that is the biggest thing that has gotten me here. But yeah,
Good. Thank you for sharing. That's
thank you
crazy.
for asking.
So you heard it here. If you really put your mind to something, and that's very, very true. Action behind manifestation and intention, and it's inevitable. That was a good word. That's good. And she's only 21. Mine is not as optimistic. Well, hear me out.
It doesn't have to be.
Period. It doesn't sound as
Not
optimistic,
everything
but you could take it how you want to take it. To me, it's positive, but be fucking prepared to lose so many people. Like, you have to be prepared. Your 20s, yeah, your 20s is just completely not, it's meant for you to, in a way, like, go through a whole different, like, fucking puberty hormonal process. Like, you're gonna change. Like, that's what's just gonna happen. Like, be prepared. The people you think are the closest to you, you're gonna find different people that suit you better, because when you're 20s, you're becoming more authentic to who you really are. And so you're gonna lean towards that and just be okay with the loss and the change. That's what I would advise someone. Like me, I swore I was gonna be the bestest friends with these girls, and like my boyfriend, I was like, this is it. And I feel like when you graduate high school, like, you kind of are prepared to, like, oh, we're gonna distance ourselves, like, that's sad.
And you kind of just have to accept it.
Yeah. But, like, I guess my point is, like, you have to be completely okay with the fact that you're going to continue to lose people. It's not just like when you're 20s you lose the high school people. It's like throughout, like you're just meant to. and you need to accept it and let it go as best you can.
What are some like things you could say to get through those times? Like how do you know when it's right to let someone go?
Ooh, that's a really good question. If I'm being completely honest, I would say it's when you start to pay attention and be intentional about paying attention to how you feel in the room with them.
Very real.
That's, I think,
That's a
what
very
it
good
is.
answer.
Yeah. Because I think that writing pros and cons, like, nobody's going to be perfect. And sure, I mean, if the cons are like, he punches me, like. But no, I think that's what I've had to do. And I think that's also, like, a very beautiful thing because it, like, kind of forces you to pay attention to your body. Relationship, like, if I would come back home and, like, feel, like, drained, more insecure, anxious, like, get the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be arguments and stuff. For example, like when I come home to her, right? Even if we were to fight, I never feel like I'm coming home to like a judgmental, like you cannot be here, you're not accepted. Like I've always just felt like it's kind of awkward or something. But those relationships where you constantly feel that pattern, like you gotta go, and it's okay.
And even in those moments, I think there's like a big difference. But you can let people go in your life. I think it's very important to know when to know, like to let those people go. But also a big thing in our generation is just letting go of things that actually do have meaning and it's people don't want to put the work in. And so I think a lot of relationships and friendships go south because both people don't want to put things into it. And that's another clarity for, I think, like if you're in that situation, if you're giving your all and you like generally feel like you're being kind, you're doing your best, you're being your authentic self, and the other person is not reciprocative of that, I think that is a very good intel of just chop it off. You don't need that energy. We're also very spiritual people.
We are. And what about it?
Wait, I think I beeped it out.
No, I did.
Oh.
I said, and what about it?
Oh, wait, that sounded really cool. It's like a heavy question. There's so much to like process during these times.
You're 21, I'm 23. We're acting like we're 35.
But we also very much live in the future.
And in the present, though, just right now.
We live in the present, but we try to plan for our futures. And I think that's also very important. It's important to live in the moment, but have a plan for it.
Yeah.
That actually, yeah, simple versus easy.
Simple versus easy.
That's a big one. I think anything can be simple. You can be told certain things, like just go meditate, just go to the gym, just go talk to your friend when you're in a big argument, or go break up with your boyfriend when you're arguing, because that's what's easiest to the public, but the person in the relationship might see it differently. But while that's simple, the difference between that is easiness, and I used to not know the difference between that. Not everything is easy. I think there's meant to be a journey that comes with the word of easiness. And easy is an illusion. Nothing is meant to just go as it's planned, as it's like a straightforward line.
It's not, our brains are not black and white. Really fucking powerful.
Yeah.
She told me that, and it's actually really helpful because you're right. Like, you mean it in the sense of, like, telling someone leave that toxic relationship. Well, that's a simple thing to do. You just stop texting them. You say, we broke up.
Yeah.
So all of these things are simple, but it's like you're
Is it
coming from
easy?
a very compassionate point of view and a very humanistic,
Yeah.
human-like perspective. Yeah, like where you're just like, dude, we all need a friend like that.
No, but yeah, simple versus easy. Learn the difference, because if you expect things to be easy, it'll actually be 10 times harder.
Period. And you'll just get unmotivated and period.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a powerful one.
Yeah.
Where did that spring up? Was that a personal thing, or you peeped it in someone else? You just...
I think a big part of like, yeah, we're in our generation, we're always told to do things. It's like, just go get a job, go do this, go do that. But like, do you actually ask the people in those situations, like, how are you doing? Like, that's one thing. Like, you can ask someone how you're doing, but how are you doing? It's not easy. Nothing of what anyone experiences in this life is easy. Easy is an illusion.
No one's prepared.
No one. even our parents, like, if we were to bring it back to that, our parents are living their lives for the first time too. What we may see as easy or simple was not easy for them. It was simple to us because we can see it in a bird's eye view now, and we're coming out of it and we're the byproduct of it, but it was not easy for them. And so that's a big one, I think.
Good. That was your second. Yeah, that was really good. I'm lost in thought. We're just thinking these, by the way.
Yeah, literally
It's
on
really
the spot. We're with you just right now.
Yeah, no, literally. Ooh. This is I think one that could be, maybe not as relatable. I know to us it will be. But maybe it will to some other people, and that's the point of this, right?
100%.
It's to open up. So in your early 20s, I swear to you, I don't know why, I just feel that you relive your childhood in a different sense.
So real.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that's going to apply to everyone.
Yeah, and I really hope it does, because whether that's like when you're 20, 21, 24, like 26, like your 20s, like you really start to pay attention to things, whether because you become a parent. Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I think it's actually very important to dig into that too, not just stray away from it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Like analyze it, like sit with it, because whether it's because you become a parent, friends of yours do, or you're just getting older, you leave college, you start college, people move away from their families for the first time, whether that's in a dorm or like another country. And like she said, dig into it. Even just like for me personally, like I know that at times like I've just gotten very vivid memories of me as a child. And I think tying that to like the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you guys do relate and you feel like you're just being more conscious of your childhood, you're remembering things, then I would really, really urge you guys to take a moment to really like appreciate the fact that you remember, feel those emotions again, and come from a place of such like empathy and like compassion to yourself, because you were literally a child once. Like those little children you see on the street where you're like, oh my god, I hope nothing hurts them. You were that.
And
So
hold them dear.
and hold them dear.
Do you
That was
have
good.
any like vivid, like, do you have like one memory?
No, I think just in like certain like feelings and emotions, like when I feel super like, for example, I'm someone that feels very like, if something isn't going my way, or if I feel just something not right here, then I automatically think like people don't want me to succeed. Like I just, that's a very vulnerable thing to say.
Real.
But I just feel like the world's against me, and I don't know why. Until I reflect back on my childhood, and I'm like, I used to feel like that as a little kid. Like I remember. So it's just things like that where it's like, oh wow, like these patterns continue to follow you through your life, and those moments where you like resonate with that childhood like part of you, they're actually a fucking blessing, because as like painful as it feels, and you're like, I hate that I keep feeling like this. Like switch it around, switch the perspective, and say, thank you for reminding me that this little child in me still hasn't been heard, hasn't felt heard the way that they deserve.
Very, very powerful. I think one thing. Give her a round of applause, eh?
We ate. We're eating.
No, you ate. I think they say the first 7 years of your life have the biggest impact on you.
Yeah.
So even that in itself, many people don't know that. I didn't know that until like 2 years ago. Yeah. Take power in that, or like take control in those observations, because a big part of your life, a big part of your childhood, you couldn't have had. There's points where you maybe didn't have control, but being in your 20s, this is a time where you can take control of those thoughts or those things that you didn't feel you had in the time back then. But it's so powerful that you can use those moments to move forward. Because
that's good. Like go in the back to move forward.
Yeah.
One step back,
two steps forward. Period. Gee.
But I have a question. In those moments, like if someone out here is like, oh yeah, like I felt like that, or does feel like that in the future, how would you recommend they learn to navigate that and deal with those emotions if they can't, like maybe go to therapy, or they don't feel like they have someone they can trust about it?
Yeah. I think a big part of being in your 20s is also learning that there's always going to be people around you, but you can feel very alone, even though there's a room full of people, exactly. So just kind of the biggest thing I could say in the past year that I've learned is your breath is the one thing you're going to have the rest of your life. It's the first thing you had when you were born and the last thing you're going to have when you die. And if you learn how to control that and learn, okay, like this is a thought that is triggering me, or it's a thought that is making me feel sad or anxious or reactive or whatever, take a step back. You're noticing something, you're becoming aware of it. Now what do you do with that? You have to actually be conscious of it in that moment. If you just brush it off, it's very easy to continue brushing it off until you feel that moment again. But they say when you have those things, listen to your body. Your body's trying to tell you, oh my God, like this is reminding me of something different and I need to take control of it. I'm conscious. So take a breath, become aware of your surroundings, your environment, even if you don't have people, breathe in your own body and allow yourself to feel that feeling that you're feeling. It is so important to allow yourself to feel those feelings because the more you push off feeling, it comes off in different ways in your life.
It's like, don't like focus so much on getting rid of it, but learning how to deal with it.
Exactly. Learning how to, live with it.
I like the direction she took that question. I was over here thinking she was going to say, like, journal, but that was really, really, really good.
Yeah. Definitely, those feelings are there for a reason. It's up to us to take control
Listen to your body.
Yeah, listen to it. 100%. Okay, last one.
You are going to feel insecure for as long as you allow yourself to. Like, guys, it's hard to hear those things, but it is so true. If somebody came up to me right now, right? If I just saw a bunch of comments right now, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, the bitch with the blue hair, and everyone's telling me I have blue hair. I'm not going to take offense to that. I'm not going to let it touch me because I know my hair's not blue. But you got to keep that same energy up when someone tells you, oh, the ugly girl or the fat girl or the girl with the big nose or the girl with the small boobs or the girl with fucking acne. Any of that, like, whether it's objectively true or not, it can only hurt you as much as you allow it to. And don't ever like give people that power, and it's a very difficult thing to like do. Yeah. But I think that, it's natural to be insecure to a certain extent. Unfortunately, we're, like, surrounded by this is perfect and you can never keep up, truly. I'm sure so many people feel like that. But ultimately, you give power. You give the power. Like, when you get into that mindset, you're like, okay, you literally give the power. And honestly,
choose what you give power to.
Yeah. And no one is going to judge you as much as you're going to judge you. And when you realize that, like, why the hell am I judging me so much if I already know out there's going to be so many millions of people judging myself? Wouldn't you rather just accept, like, love yourself, change what you, like, really don't like if you have control over it and what you, like, can't really change? Then okay, that's you. That is what makes you you. The crazy thing is, while you're over here so sad about the fact that you think that you're not good enough for these half the people you don't even know, someone out there is looking at you and saying, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. And it's like, no one's ever going to be 100% satisfied. Nobody's going to be 100%.
There will always be more.
Yes, there will always be more. And if you're worried about another girl being prettier, she will be. Everyone will always be either prettier or skinnier or smarter, but no one will be you. No one in this world is you. And that sounds so cliche, but it's true. Everybody is replaceable, but not everybody's repeatable.
The more you look for, the more you'll find.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's good. Say it.
The more you look for, the more you'll find.
Yeah. You stand in the mirror like me and a freak, and you're over here pointing out every flaw. Yeah, you're going to find it. By the way, I got a mole. We got to check that out. But, yeah, be ready to feel insecure, I guess, but you decide for how long you're going to let that stop you from being confident.
So real.
She's confident.
She's confident. Hey.
And I say that in your early 20s specific. That point, I feel like that's at any point in life, but I say that in your early 20s specifically because your early 20s is such a prime age where you're meeting new people, you're getting hotter, you're going through fucking puberty, you're on social media, you're trying to figure out your life, bro. It is the time in your life where you're going to have the most opinions made about you.
So real.
The most. So you need to use this time to be like, let me hear it. I got me.
Decide what you give your power to.
Yes.
Speak on it. She said it.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. Truly, we love the people. We just love people. Ready?
We love you so much. Okay, ready?
Be in the fucking moment. Please put your phone down. Oh, they're using the phone.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, say Penny. Oh. Anyway. At the dance. Okay.
Okay. Go.
What do they call it?
They're like, oh, it's gonna be our.
Won't be like, damn, bitch, I feel like that too. Oh, whole time I'm looking at the wrong camera.
She just wants to see herself in a bigger screen.
Shoot.
Hey,
Wait, no. What's a big one?
Okay.
We're gonna
be our outro. Well, so clearly we have to learn this board.
Oh my god, us being promoters. I love this. I love this. You had some of those.
Really?
No, seriously. And a dancer. It's easy. Just move your body. Yeah. Keep looking at that freaking camera. Gunshot guilty. Okay.